Okay, it's Saturday. The 28th of December. I'm setting up my hand. You see my hand up here. I'm turning up my headphones so I can hear myself talk. Yeah. When you get in the radio business, you got to be able to hear yourself talk. That's why everybody wears headphones. All right, I'm going to put on my super duper fragilistic expialidocious oximeter, my blood oxygen reader. Since the Series 10 does not have, can you believe it, a company the size of Apple, they had to turn off the blood oximeter reading in the Series 9, and they don't have it in the Series 10 because they can't figure out how to do it themselves. The country's largest, one of the largest, I guess I have to, I forget whether they're more trillions than Tesla or not. Whatever. There is the reading from this $18 device that I got directly from China. It costs less than $20. And it says my pulse is 77 beats per minute. And my blood oxygen reading is 94, 95. You can see my pulse. It's going up because I'm so excited about my blood oxygen being, now it says, let me redo this. But in a matter of seconds, seems like nurses all over the place like to use this index finger. Oh, look at that. 98. Now, I don't know if you realize this or not, but if you look very carefully, you can see that red laser light that's flickering. It's actually, if I can see the rotation, it's aimed directly at my fingernail. It is reading these values from the bloodstream flowing under the fingernail. I guess the theory is everyone's got a different thickness of skin. If I turn it around and read it from my skin, what would happen? So far, no change. Alright, well, it reads it from the fingernail. Ouch. And if you don't fiddle with it, it flashes a few times and then automatically goes off. Guess what that is? Artificial intelligence. Because it knew, without me pushing a button, that if my finger is not there, it's not getting a reading somewhere between the X and Y. The chances are there's no finger. And if there's no finger, let's conserve power and turn it off. That, my friends, is artificial intelligence. We've been dealing in a world with artificial intelligence for a long time. It's just that the media didn't know what to call it. It's called a thermostat. A thermostat. Whatever. We live in a world of artificial intelligence. It's around with your iPads, Look at it. I swipe up, it does this. I swipe down, it does that. I push the button, it goes off. I touch the screen, it goes on. That's artificial intelligence. Someone wrote a piece of code, or some bunch of people wrote code such that if I were to touch the screen, which means there's a capacitance between my finger and the electronics inside the screen, which says, here comes my finger, and as soon as you touch it, the screen comes on. It's like magic. No, it's artificial intelligence. Yeah, sorry to say. Yep. And I happen to have, speaking of artificial intelligence, let's add my super duper screen right here, and we can see it right there. This was the graphic that I print screened, I believe, from an article. See, that's what this device over here does. It reminds me of articles that I've either read or I want to read. Let's turn down that epidemic just a little bit. I can't hear myself think, which makes no sense. Let's see, 8 of those. There we go. This is a very precise. Remember, this is the simulcast on YouTube Live. You notice the ticker tape up on the top? Remember last week I lost my ticker tape. I don't know where it went, but it went hasta luego, hasta la vista, baby. And anyway, you see it there? Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitter Live, also known as W, or also known as Twitter. To me, it's going to be Twitter for a very long time. W or X. I don't know. What is it, X or W? Figure it out. I may have that risk mispronunciation. I think it's probably X. You know. Let me check right here. See what I have written here. Yeah, I have a W. It's not W, you dummy. It's X. Oh boy. I'll tell you what. This crew. It's actually Jimmy. X marks the spot. There we go. Now we'll save it. So it'll be wrong up top. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Maybe it changes since I saved it. All right, it's the simulcast. Remember, we have three people, me, myself, and I, that are operating this TV, radio. There it is. Look at that, Twitter X Live. I hope it's X. Let me know. I think it's X. Seems like I saw an X on top of one of the office buildings in Southern California when I flew over it last, or saw an image of someone flying over it recently. Anyway, it's a simulcast. A simulcast with 3. Would that be a trimulcast? It's on all 3 social networks right now. You can watch it on Facebook Live as live TV, And I have the lights on dim because it's Sunday morning. We don't want to wake anybody up. Wake up. I have some nice little xylophone sounds, or like wind chime sounds in my my alarm, for my alarm clock, so that it doesn't ring you out of bed like with an alarm sound like it's a fire or something. Anyway, so you see this graphics over here, getting back to graphics. This article had to do with how fast can you charge your Apple Watch. I happen to have an Apple Watch right here. There it is. And it's reading the amount of range I have in my fuel tank. Remember, I'm using fuel tank instead of the word gas tank. Reason why I don't use gas tank is because there's no gas in the tank, and I don't like to use the word battery because people, they aren't used to electric cars. They get a little goofy when you say battery, because this thing doesn't run, my electric car does not run on AA batteries or AAAs. It runs on lithium-ion cells, thousands of them. I think like 4,000 or 5,000 of them, come to think of it. I don't think it's running on the big battery, the big new battery. So by the time Tesla gets to roll out the big new battery into Model Y and Model whatever, they're going to be changing technologies, for the solid state battery, which means that instead of there being a gel between the anode and the cathode, so to speak, it has a crystalline substance that conducts electrons one way or the other, depending on whether you're charging or discharging the fuel cell. And that's what's going on in Tesla. There's an upheaval. Not really. They're manufacturing cars at the rate of a brand new car rolling out of the back door of the factory at the rate of one car every 44 seconds. Can you believe it? They're timing it? Yes, they are. They have a stopwatch or some kind of electronic counter that keeps an average of how many cars are rolling off. Can you imagine just, with a car coming off the assembly line every 44 seconds? That means they have to have a bunch of car jockey guys that do nothing but take the car as it's rolling off the production line and drive it the rest of the way out of the factory and over into a very specific parking spot number, because that car is, remember, they don't really make cars in inventory. Every car is a special order, and the special order is originated by one of you folks going online to Tesla.com and ordering it online and paying a $250 deposit I think it's non-refundable at this point. I don't think they refund. You ordered the car. You press the button that says order. You're expected to take delivery. Anyway, just imagine. They must have 10 guys, girls, whatever, that drive the car out into the parking lot. God knows how far away that is from the back door of the factory. It's a big building. And then you have to jog back to get back on a small line of similar associates while you wait in line for the next time you drive a car. And on the sticker on the front of the window, a big sheet of paper, it tells you what parking spot number to drive it to. And then you park it in that particular parking place number, lot number, and then you jog back for the next one, and so on and so on. And that's what you do all day. And I guess after a couple of hours of jogging back and forth, you get a break, maybe. Get cycled into another department, maybe wiping off the dust off the paint. And then another bunch of 10 boys and girls jog back and forth in the afternoon sun of South Texas. South Texas is like North Mexico. It's yeah. English is the optional language. Yeah. They speak Spanish, maybe English. Anyway, so I was just thinking about, all those guys and girls running back and forth, putting Teslas out in the parking lot. And then those cars get staged eventually onto car carriers and trucked, literally, by truck. Car carriers, those weird-looking things that carry 6 or 8 cars at a time. I don't know, there's more and more. South Florida is a long way from South Texas. It's probably, 1,400 miles away. The way you would drive. I'll have to do a navigation. I'll set up navigation to the home office. See if everything starts to flash and blink. See how many miles it is. How much time it takes for the average driver to get from, Boca Raton, Florida, to Boca Chica. Actually, to Austin. Not Austin. Austin, Texas. Anyway, I read an article about how fast you can charge your watch. And I charged my watch this morning. I have a charger in my bathroom, of course. And I put my watch on for charging first thing in the morning. And, pretty much the watch runs, 24 hours on my wrist. I don't charge it during the day, other than early in the morning. So I've enhanced the battery or enhanced the software so that it doesn't use any more electrons unnecessary, while you're wearing your watch. Anyway, my son tells me that he has the whatever they call these AirPods, the version 2, which is the newest AirPods, and they have stopped working properly for some reason. They go into crisis mode while he's wearing them. So that's not a good thing. I said, well, return them, get another one. Take them into the store and get another pair, if they're not running right. Okay. This is not an accurate headline, okay, because 2 Navy pilots were not shot down over the Red Sea. One was shot at, causing a Navy pilot to eject, which means they lost the plane, I assume. And another one was shot at by a destroyer like this. I don't know whether it was number 64 or not. And it conducted evasive maneuvers and avoided being shot down. And the pilot did not eject, and I believe landed safely on a aircraft carrier somewhere in this battle group, so to speak. Yeah. And behind door number 1, I imagine, is some kind of a laser cannon hidden from view so it doesn't get the misty wisties all over the front lens elements of the light emitting laser energy that pops out of the front end of that, which is good enough to melt through an airplane and cause it to explode in midair. And since laser light travels at the rate of 300 meters per second, 300,000 meters per second. Excuse me, Einstein. Yeah, 186,000 miles per hour. Yeah, or 300,000 meters per second. One would say that there is you don't have to click it this way or that way for wind velocity, because that light beam is moving rapidly. And a burst of light emitting energy pop one of those jets out of the sky. It's got, automatic focus and tracking, so, some Navy people don't have to figure out how to keep the light shining on this craft that is subject to the aerodynamics of our atmosphere and the aerodynamic capabilities of the wings and ailerons and rudders and all that kind of stuff. The thought of evasive maneuvers is kind of ridiculous. I think probably the best evasive maneuver would be to head into the clouds, because maybe the laser can't see the jet, in cloudy weather. I don't know, I doubt it. I think it'd shoot right through the clouds. But since it's optical, clouds could be an impediment. I don't know, I'll have to read about that. Anyway, so 2 Navy pilots were recently shot at. One, I don't know if it actually exploded the U.S. aircraft or just became so close that it caused the Navy pilot to eject and to sacrifice his jet in the saving of his own life. Yeah. So that's December 28th. Wasn't a lot of slow news morning. I happened to notice that in your settings menu, make sure you go to camera control in your settings menu and you set it for, see where it says formats right there, about 80% of the way on down. Record sound, yeah, and then formats. You want it to say most compatible. Yeah, we got our passports yesterday in the mail in record fast time. Look at this. The cleaning ladies were over here yesterday, and all I got was the butt end of a cat. There's the cat, halfway on my side of the table and halfway on Marilyn's side of the desk. And what did I get? I got the butt end of the tail. See, there it is. It's it's flipping and flopping. Yeah, that's what I got yesterday. I got the whipping tail. Yep. All of a sudden you get whacked in the face with a tail. Yeah. You can see it's right next to my my charging thingy, which doesn't seem to be plugged in. Either that or it went kapooey. Yeah. I don't know which. But when I put it on my watch, it doesn't go green like charging. Anyway, so that's what I got. I got wagging tail syndrome. And on my shirt, you can see a D and an O and there it is. There's the logo. Doge. Doggy. Also known as the Doggy Department. Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Dogecoin is a cyber currency, I'll have you know. I have $100 worth of Dogecoin. God knows what it's worth. I wonder if I can sign in, which let's try it. Let's try it. COIN. There it is. Coinbase. That's where I have my account. My huge account. And where is it? It's Dogecoin. Let's see. Is worth it's up 2.79%. It's at 34 cents a Dogecoin. There you go. You can see the 1 day. Here's the 1 week. Yep. So you can, go buy Dogecoin at 32 cents a coin. Seems like it's you see it's trading. It's trading, every day, every week, every month. There you go. There's a month's worth of trading. It's as low as 26 cents a coin and as high as 48 cents a coin. It's right around 32 cents a coin right now. Yep. If Dogecoin is in your future. I've got $68 worth. Yeah. And here, look, here's the Amazon thing. I'm going to press that and then press let's try this again. And then press my orders. See where we are with my orders. Track a package. Oh, look at that. 3:45 to 6:45 p.m. Let's track it. This is one nice thing about this technology. You can track. Let's see all the updates. Well, at 9:51 p.m., which is around 30 minutes ago, it was in Pompano Beach, Florida. And the package is out for delivery. Now that means it's on the truck and it's rolling around somewhere in South Florida. And somewhere between 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the early evening, I should get this package. And what's the package? It's this right here. I was having dinner with good friends, and at the Reno's restaurant, and they had these neat lights. I mean, really, look at this. It has a little base, where apparently has some batteries, and it has this little top to it, and underneath that little hat is 28. It's said to be 28 lead-emitting diodes that have 3 different color temperatures and an infinite number of light brightnesses, I believe. See, it is IPA54 waterproof, so that if it gets caught in the rain, it'll not short circuit. IP54 waterproof. Yeah. And there you go. You touch the button, and it gives you 3 different color temperatures. And if you long press it, it cycles through a range of brightnesses, an infinite number of brightness levels from 20% to 100%, and vice versa. Either that or it goes 20, 50, 100. I'm not too sure. Long press switches to adjust brightness. And with this 20, 50, 100 thing, I guess I'll have to wait to get it, because this graphic is ambiguous. This one gives you the idea it is an infinite control of brightnesses. And these indents give you the idea that it has 3 brightness levels. I guess we'll have to find out when we give them a test run tonight. Yeah. I got 4 of them. My theory is 2 on the dining room table, and 2 on the charger. And then whenever that runs out of a battery, you take both of them and you plug them in the charger, and the 2 that are on the chargers, you unplug them and put them on the dining room table, and you just keep swapping back and forth. Yep. And there's a stand tip to tip, roughly 13 inches tall. And you can see underneath is the acrylic cover covering up, those light emitting diodes. And there's the touch control on top. Here's the charging port, which is a Type C charging port, which is a good thing. Has rubber mat so that it stays steady on your ship table if you're on a cruise. Yeah, there you go. That's that. Yeah, so that's a little pre-New Year's gift from Amazon. Well, not actually. Shipping from Amazon, a gift of my checkbook. Yeah. I thought there was a... Let's see. Oh yeah, I have to touch that. But if I go up here, let's see if it shows a video. A lot of times, sometimes you can't see videos on this screen. Keep cycling that, so I can see it there. Let's go there. Waiting for dinner. I'm slipping down here, just watching on live TV here. I guess that's all right, enough of that. So anyway, that's what's coming from Amazon today for the Jimmy household here. This is live feed here from a flip board. See the word flip over on the right hand side? Flip board. The Russian, an American U.S. citizen is sentenced to 15 years in prison for espionage, according to the Russian court system, which is not exactly Yankee Doodle Dandy. And what that usually means is that the U.S. is holding some Russians that they want to trade for the American prisoners. So they run up the sentences so they have even swaps. So that's a gross over a gross simplification of what's going on in the State Department. Yeah. The State Department soon to be run by Marco Rubio, of all people. He is currently the chairman of the Armed Services Committee in the Senate, which is a very senior, super fragilistic, super secret access, super compartmentalized, whatever. There's all kinds of Secret Service ratings. My daughter has a rating. She has a Secret Service rating of I forget. And she's about to get. Apparently, those ratings last 7 years. So if you move around between departments within the U.S. government, I just heard a number, I believe, last evening's news, that there's some 14 million government employees. Can you believe it? 14 million? It used to be 1 million. Then it was 5 million, now it's 14 million. And now Doge, my shirt again, the Department of Doggies, are going to recommend to Congress, certain alterations. Yeah. We're going to trim, supposedly. Well, maybe there's a little appetite for that right now. There certainly is among the American people. But the question is, who's going to get trimmed? I remember this guy. Remember this guy who hoodwinked 20, would it be billion? Can you believe the last name of this guy is Bankman? Here he defrauded, millions of people out of their investments in his whatever the hell company it was. Bankman Fried former girlfriend sees her time behind bars reduced, likely for good behavior. So his girlfriend was good behavior in the ladies' prison system. How about this guy? Shortened sentencing for 2 of the fallen crypto mogul Sam Bankman. Oh, God. Ryan Salome and Caroline Ellison thrown into sharp relief. The uncertain fate of the FTX founder, who could be angling for a pardon. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what we need to do, is pardon somebody who defrauded millions of Americans from their hard-earned money. It's a fraud in crypto. Yep. There he is. Let that picture be indelibly impressed upon your brain as a bad kid. Yeah. We can page through M5, ends up in an iPad Pro. This is the most powerful tablet ever. When's that coming out? I haven't heard of any M5 chips getting anywhere. There it is. iPad Pro M5. Rumored, sometime in in late 2025. Okay. So far it's M4. I mean, they're like trillions. Easy for you to say. Trillions of transistor equivalent transistors associated with the M4 chip. Trillions. Like 11 trillion. Lots of trillions. I mean, it used to be billions, now it's trillions. So it's an awful lot of computing power in a tablet. I have a tablet right here. They're magical. It's like having a laptop, a super portable laptop. Has a keyboard which communicates through, I'll show you. See, here's the keyboard. Whoops. Excuse me. You can't talk into the back end of this microphone. It is very, it's called a cardioid microphone, which means most of the sound waves come from the front. Yeah, it's baffled to prevent noise from the back. But you see on this iPad I got right here. You see this keyboard? It's a lighted keyboard, for God's sake. And if I can lift the keyboard right off this case that has the keyboard. And there it is. And there are, right here, you see that? 3 little dots. Those are gold plated contacts that fit against 3 little gold pins, rounded pins that protrude through the inside back of this case. And they line up exactly with those 3 doodads I just shown you. And bingo, now I have a lighted keyboard. Plus all the keys then flow into, so I can type. Yeah, it's quite amazing, come to think of it. Touch screen with a keyboard. What's not to like? It's pretty amazing when you get right down to it. Yeah. Now this is an old one. MacBook. Or what do you call it? iPad. And it's connected to the internet through an application called Flipboard. Because see, I'm flipping it one way, flip it the other way. I can keep flipping. Remember this? This jet ski, this jet that magically got shot out of, or crashed out of the skies of Russia. Russia says the air defenses were active at the time. No, God knows. Azerbaijan Airlines. Look at all the rear seats. So, if you want to survive, this is the wrong thing to say. But I'm going to say it anyway. Notice here the rear door opens. And how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The back 9 rows of that airplane, they crawled out the back end of that, or actually they were walking on the ceiling, since that fuselage, the back end of that fuselage, appears to be upside down in the mud on the side of the runway. It's not even on the runway. There are 32 people that survived that crash. The front rows, everybody sitting over the wing and forward, they didn't make it. But look at this, 32 people out of these back rows. I imagine anybody right here is a question mark. They may have been sucked out, or who knows. But you'd hate to be in that row, right? The last row, for God's sakes, of the last 11 rows. And they didn't make it. But this guy did. That's called being a little on the unlucky side. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that clear image of the Azerbaijan Airlines. The 32 people that survived that crash. Whoops. Let's press that and put it on reader view. Let's see if there's anything new as I speed read through this. Yeah, CNN is reporting. The Russians say it flew through a bunch of birds. Yeah, I think that story's for the birds. Putin said Saturday that the Russian air defense systems were active when the plane attempted to land, according to the Kremlin. Unable to reach the airport, the aircraft diverted east, eventually crashing near, killing 38. 38 of 70. I mean, I heard at one point there were like 76. So, maybe 29 lived. They don't say how many survived, because maybe there were some people, that were alive, but not doing well. Probably people seated right here. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, God. It had to be 30 seconds of pure terror. Anyway, so that's one of the articles I picked up on my Flipboard. And you're going to see more of that, I'm sure, as we go through the history of incredible news over 2024. It says Musk and Ramaswamy spar with Trump supporters. Yeah. Well, if I were Ramaswamy, I wouldn't spar with Musk. because, yeah. Those who spar with truck get dumped. And since Musk put up, like 100 million in Trump's re-election bid, and Ramaswamy, he came up with a lot of swami wamis instead of dollars. Certainly not 120, 30, 40 million in cash. That's a lot of cash. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. I'm just paging through. New Year's Eve celebrates Saint Sylvester. Alright, there's Saint Sylvester. There he is, Saint Sylvester. New Year's Eve celebrates Saint Sylvester, the Pope who changed Christianity. Wow. Preparing for New Year's Eve, Sylvester was the Bishop of Rome. And from 340 BC, from 314 BC to 335 BC or CE. Saint Sylvester was, I guess, the Pope. That's like a 21-year period of time before Christ. Whew. Before Christ was born. As a young man, Sylvester lived through the persecutions initiated under one of the co-emperors at the time. I don't want to pronounce these names. Began in 303 CE and continued for several years. Lots of persecutions, which means probably beheadings. Lived in a primitive time. Today we just put you in a cage for 30 years. And then I guess you got a 30-year prison sentence, I guess they kind of let you go after 30 years. So if you kill somebody when you're 25, at 55, you can run around and hopefully you've learned your lesson since you spent more than half of your adult life in a jail cell with bangings and bars and screams and yells of a bunch of, uncivilized people that you had to live with. I guess sleeping would be quite a chore in prison for 30 years. Phew. Here's what could happen to your money. The first 40 days in office. Why did I pick 40 days? So I don't know. Let's see. We're speculating. Right. has gone up and rent has gone down, and yep, so guess we'll just have to wait and find out. 17 dinner winners for last year. You can keep flipping. You see all these different headlines, and they're being abstracted from the news organizations that I choose to have the news abstracted from. How to stop your parchment paper from rolling up. There's something I knew you were waiting to hear the answer to this puzzling question. One simple tip. Put knives and forks on either side of the paper, and that'll keep it from rolling up. Simple trick is to just crumple it up. I don't think so. It makes it a little bumpy road. Oh, look at this. You're going to spray some stuff on there. There's a spray. A parchment spray. Line up your parchment paper with a baking pan. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I knew you were waiting to hear that. Dua Lipa shows off huge diamond engagement ring. Okay, let's click on that one just for the heck of it. See if we can see the engagement ring. I have yet to see it. Yeah, looks like she's hiding it. She's not hiding anything else, but she's hiding her engagement ring. Where is it? Here it's upside down, next to a turkey. Yeah. Oh boy. She ain't showing. No. So much for that story. Yeah. We're not getting much out of this clipboard stuff. They're trying to figure out what to write about, I have a feeling. Let's check out Radar Pro. Let's see what the weather's going to be like. Oh, we got some stuff moving up in the area. I think it's going to be, chances of rain are probably pretty good. Let's see if I touch on this. I can't tell what's going on. It's raining over Louisiana. And weather. No hurricanes going at us. That's one good thing, right? Let's go back here. Doge. There's the timer on my watch. There's how many miles are left in my car, which I can see on my watch face. How about that? So we're going to go through, a bunch, apparently, the year of the snake. So on the white side of the AirTag is engraved the picture of the snake. Limited edition AirTags in the year of the snake. And here, the space. There's the spacesuit designed by NASA. And here's a spacesuit designed by SpaceX. Here you can see the gloves and with folded hands waiting for, they're either in space or waiting for blast off. Can't tell which from this picture. Anyway, the spacesuits look almost like, an underwater suit instead of a suit out in space. So get a good look at that spacesuit, the helmet design, and then let's go to NASA's spacesuit. Really, please. What's the matter with you guys? That's the difference between a government contract and working for private enterprise. We got a guy like Elon Musk saying, "Come on, guys, make the suit look like a suit, not like a straitjacket." And look at all the space. Look at all the room they have in their capsule thing. Yeah, lots of room to move around. All digital displays in front here, which of course we can't see. Yeah. So that's between private enterprise and public finance. Yep. Stone crabs, anybody? Yep. Sunday brunch. A few years ago. Took this picture. 2018, October 28th. At 234. Yep, that was the coaster, which someone, probably me holding that up so you can see 234. And the pier looking out over the blue waters of, the Atlantic. Yep. Stone crab. Whew. That's like, nice treat. You can see that video. That's of course. Maryland. We're driving. This is the Marylandism. There you go. She held it up in the windshield while we're driving. Or her side window, actually. Yep. There it is again. Oh, there's Jimmy with the Doge shirt on. I'm happy. You can see Jimmy happy right there. There's my Doge shirt. Yeah. Yep. I didn't want it written all the way across my shirt. So Marilyn found me a nice Look at this. The casino at Snake Road. There we are inside with all the there's a picture of the three of us on our way to Fort Myers. Yeah. You can even see the palm trees through the sunroof. Yeah. The 3-second little thing you get when you have that live view working for you. There's Jimmy Happy again. There's our tree. The trees keep getting smaller and smaller. There you go. Oh, there's that guy. Yeah. Peace on earth. That's our Christmas side of the dining room. Merry Christmas. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 or 7 ornaments. We have a couple little birdies on there. Very nice. Yes, it is. The year-end travel forecast is there'll be 107 million automobiles driving all over the place, trying to get home, or to 7.85 million people on airplanes over this holiday period. There are 4.47 million people either on trains or buses, according to that symbolism, for a total of 119 million transportation items floating around through the United States during the holiday period. Yep. Gas prices, just giving you a little historical perspective. And I think that's about all the news fit to print. So that about does it for this session. Saturday morning, it's 11:18 a.m. and you can hear Epidemic sound instrumental in the background. And I'll be gathering some news of interest over the rest of the day and Sunday. And I'll be right back with you Monday morning, somewhere between 9 and 9:15. Oh, don't ring a bell. Certainly by 9:15, but perhaps at 9. I'll try to do it at 9, but you never can tell anything. The only prohibitive factor would be technology. I'll be here. The question is, will everything be working according to plan? This computer equipment, it works, but sometimes you have to help it along. And unless I get to the computer equipment early enough, sometimes it surprises me. No surprises today, though. It was a few minutes, I said 9 9:45, and it was 9. You know, I don't know what time I got it. An hour and 16 minutes ago. Oh yeah, I guess I got on at 9:05, 9:04 a.m. That's okay. All right, that's within acceptable limits. It's not exactly a space launch. Come on, guys, give it a break. All right. Well, we better get back to what day it is. It's Saturday the 28th. Got a few days left. You got Monday or Tuesday of next week to do your final touches on whatever financial transactions you're going to conclude in the year 2024 for tax purposes. Yeah. I don't have any forecasted financial transactions, so I'm just gonna stick to what's already on the books, and we'll see you. Who knows? Maybe Trump gets in there and says no tax on Social Security benefits, retroactive to 2024. How about that? How about the retro? Let's see if we can have them use the retroactive thing. No tax on tips. No tax on, no tax on tips, and no tax on Social Security or any Social Security benefits. Gee whiz. Pay it all your life and then they tax your benefits? What kind of crap is that? It's like tax on tax. They already paid tax on that stuff. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens with the Trumper. Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.